So today I was having a conversation and it reminded me of the Greek philosopher Diogenes, who, even for his time, was considered to be a pretty strange dude. He lived in a barrel and had no possessions. Yet he was widely respected for the depth of his wisdom. In fact, so widely respected that Alexander is said to have come to pay homage to Diogenes. And he's like, Diogenes, you're a great dude, totally dig your vibes, much respect, you know? He's like, if you ever need anything at all, simply ask me, and I will ensure that it's provided for you. And Diogenes, being who he was, he goes, actually there is something that I need. Could you move to the side a bit because you're blocking my light? So this guy was very respected. On one account, it said that in broad daylight, Diogenes lit a torch, and he was walking up to people holding the torch in their face, and he was like, I'm in search of a true human. And he was asserting the fact that most people, so totally consumed in the comings and goings, in pursuing their desires, they never even stop to recognize who they are or what this whole life thing is about. So Diogenes was definitely, he was a cool cat. On another account, right, Diogenes is seen standing in front of a statue begging for alms, right? He's like begging for food or money or drink, right? To a statue, he's begging a statue. And someone comes up to him and he's like, bro, why are you begging this statue? And Diogenes is like, it's to practice being refused, right? So rejection is something that is universal. It's something that we are all gonna encounter on a regular basis, right? Like, people are gonna come into your life and it's gonna be great, and then they're gonna leave it. And it's gonna happen. It's certainly gonna happen. And sometimes with no sort of explanation, nothing to help satisfy that feeling of lack. And frequently for people, being rejected cuts so deeply that they end up feeling very, very much so less than. But now stop and pause for a moment and think about all the ways that you have exercised rejection today alone. The things that you chose to eat, the places that you chose to go, and how you made those decisions over other options, right? The person you chose to hang out with versus the group of people in that one place that you could have hung out with, So like, rejection is something that doesn't have to be so detrimental. If we can recognize our own relationship with rejection, that being the refusal of one thing and the pursuit of something else as per our current idea of happiness, of what we think is gonna make us happier, at least in that instance, right? If you can recognize that you yourself do this, and it's not to say, like, F off to something else, you're just pursuing something that you think is gonna make you happier, right? If we can come to this realization, then it'll allow us to be more compassionate towards other people in other situations when they choose to reject us. It doesn't say anything less about you. It doesn't mean that you aren't great. It simply means that that person, for whatever reason, is going in this direction because they think that that's best for them. It could be totally wrong. You could be literally the greatest thing that's ever happened to this person, but this is their path. This is their journey. And they have to make that decision for themselves. That's how we learn. Okay. So if you're ever feeling like really crappy because something or someone or in some situation you felt rejected, think about Diogenes, right? And you don't have to share this video, but if you've had any sort of a light bulb moment, please let these words marinate just a bit, and then assimilate that into your own sense of being, into your own philosophy of life, into how you approach situations and circumstances, and then convey that to others. Because believe it or not, you just might save a life.